You're listening to a New York Yankees episode of the Jacob Valk Show. He's breaking down the team's latest goings-on as only he can. Follow him on Twitter at RealJacobValk. Here he is, Jacob Valk.
Hello, Yankees fans! Welcome to another Yankees episode of the Jacob Valk Show. I am Jacob Valk, and this has been a crazy season for the Yankees. Forget the fact that it was only 60 games long. They got off to a great start. Through the first over a third of the season, they were 16-6. Then after that, they fizzled out. They ended up going 5-15 in their next 20. And it resulted in them being a 500 team. 21-21. Make no mistake about it, there was a real possibility that they could have fallen out of the playoffs. But then the team woke up. The Labor Day series against the Blue Jays, they won the last game of that series. They swept the Orioles. They destroyed the Blue Jays. They scored 43 runs in 3 games. You'd have a hard time doing that in a video game on rookie difficulty. Then they take 2 out of 3 from Boston. They had won 10 straight. Even though they lost yesterday to the Red Sox 10-2, Davy Garcia looked human. Got his first taste of the Yankees-Red Sox rivalry. That happens to young pitchers. Chase Wright had it happen to him. Chance Adams had it happen to him. And Davy Garcia had it happen to him. I'm not saying Garcia is going to turn out like those guys, but the point is, young pitchers, when they have their first start against the Red Sox as a Yankee, they have a tendency to slip. But even after that, they clinched a playoff spot. So the Yankees are in. They will go to Southern California. And if the season ends today, they will face the Minnesota Twins in the playoffs. You can't ask for a better matchup if you're a Yankees fan. The Yankees have always destroyed the Twins. 2009, 2010, 2017, and 2019. The Yankees have beaten the Twins in the playoffs. For whatever reason, the Yankees just own them. Now, having said that, every squirrel will eventually get a nut. There will come a time when the Twins beat the Yankees in the playoffs. I'm not saying it's going to be this year, but it will happen at least once in the history of baseball. And if it's going to happen, have it happen this year. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen this year, but this season is a joke anyway. So get it out of the way. But you take a look at the Yankees, they have everyone healthy who you want, with the exception of Tommy Kahnle and James Paxton. And even then, those aren't huge losses. All the position players are back. The Yankees tonight are rolling out a really, really good lineup. LeMahieu, Judge, Stanton, Voit, Torres, Hicks, Urshela, Sanchez, Gardner. That could very well be their playoff lineup, with the exception of Gardner. You put Frazier in there. And I'll say this again about Frazier because I've gotten some heat about this. There is no denying that he is having a great season this year. As it stands right now, I've been 100% wrong about what I said about him earlier in the year. But, having said that, he has to do it in a real season. I'm not saying he can't, but I'm skeptical. He should get the opportunity to, but I wouldn't bet the rent on him succeeding. But having said that, you ride that train this year as long as you can. Look, Frazier's going to be a big part of what the Yankees do. So is Jay Happ, another guy who I said was useless. He's turned it around. He's looked really good his past few starts. There's a real chance that Jay Happ is the Yankees' third starter in the playoffs. I don't know if the Yankees are going to need a fifth starter. I'm sure they will. So the rotation's probably going to be Cole, Tanaka, Happ, Montgomery, Garcia. Maybe a flip-flop Montgomery and Garcia. But as of right now, Happ has earned the right to be the 3 starter. His last 3 starts, he has a 1.4 ERA with 24 strikeouts in 19 and a third innings. He has been pitching great. He wants to be back next year. I don't know if I want him back, because a great stretch run doesn't mean that you should get a rotation spot next year. Especially when you're probably going to want a pretty sizable contract. But hey, again, ride the train for as long as you can this year. The Yankees are set up great. They got their heads screwed on straight. The Bronx Bombers are back. I mean, really, whatever happens this year is gravy. If they win, great. If they don't, the season's a joke anyway. There's really not much else I can say. I give Aaron Boone credit for righting the ship. He had to withstand a lot of barbs and a lot of injuries. But it seems like the Yankees are going to roll into the playoffs with a fairly clean bill of health. Granted, we still have a week to go. And the Yankees can't look past the Blue Jays here. The Blue Jays are 4 games back of the Yankees for second place in the AL East. So if they sweep this series, they're tied. But even if the Yankees just split 2-2, it's a net gain of 0 for the Blue Jays. Like I said, it seems like we're looking at a Yankees-Twins first-round matchup. The Yankees are going to finish second in the AL East, most likely. The Twins are going to finish second in the AL Central, most likely. The way the records are shaking out, they're going to go up against each other. And history is on the Yankees' side. There's no question in my mind that they're going to beat the Twins. Next week, I'm going to put a bow on the Yankees season. It'll be more of a recap than anything else, unless there's some big news that breaks. regular episode of the Jacob Valk Show comes your way tomorrow and every weekday afternoon. Until tomorrow, I am Jacob Valk saying that when going up against Don Drysdale, the trick is to hit him before he hits you.